Success is a concept that many people strive for, but only a few achieve. We've all heard the statistic, only 2% of people succeed and the remaining 98% don't. But have you ever wondered why this is the case? Why do some people achieve their goals while others struggle and fail? It's easy to point fingers at factors like luck, circumstances, or opportunity, but the truth is far more profound. The key to understanding success lies not in the external world, but in the internal one. Let's start with a core belief that success isn't just about talent or intelligence. Success is about mindset, consistency, and the ability to endure challenges. The 2% who succeed understand this on a deep level, while the 98% often overlook it. Most people, when they face setbacks, become discouraged. They don't have the resilience to push through difficulties, and they give up before they ever reach their potential. The 2%, on the other hand, view obstacles as part of the process. They know that challenges are not signals to quit, but rather opportunities to grow. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that success is about finding the perfect formula, the right strategy, or the ideal conditions. But the truth is that success is not found in a perfect environment. It is found in the persistence of the individual. The 98% who don't succeed often believe that their circumstances define their future. They believe that if only they had more time, more money, or more opportunities, they would be successful. But the 2% understand that success doesn't come from the outside, it comes from the inside. It comes from the decision to start, the willingness to keep going, and the ability to adapt to changing conditions. The difference between the 2% and the 98% is not skill or talent. It's the ability to act with purpose. Success is a result of consistent action. It's not about waiting for the right moment or the right opportunity. It's about taking action now with whatever you have. The 2% know that waiting for perfect conditions is a trap. They know that the conditions will never be perfect. Life will always throw challenges their way. But rather than waiting for the ideal circumstances, they act anyway. They create their own opportunities through persistent, deliberate action. Another key difference is the way the 2% handle failure. Failure is often seen as the ultimate sign of defeat by the 98%. When they fail, they see it as a confirmation of their inability, and they retreat into comfort. But the 2% don't view failure as an end. They see it as part of the journey. They know that failure is not a reflection of their worth, but a stepping stone to success. Every time they fail, they learn something. Every failure brings them one step closer to their goal. The 98%, however, get discouraged by failure. They give up after a few attempts, believing that they just aren't cut out for success. The 2%, however, embrace failure as a natural part of the process, and they use it to fuel their next move. There is also a profound difference in the way the 2% approach risk. The 98% often avoid risk. They want to play it safe. They fear failure and uncertainty, and because of this, they remain stuck in their comfort zones. The 2%, however, take calculated risks. They know that without risk, there is no reward. They embrace uncertainty because they understand that success is not a predictable path. It is not a straight line. It's full of twists and turns, detours, and setbacks. The 2% are comfortable with that uncertainty. They know that they will never reach their destination without taking risks along the way. But risk-taking isn't about being reckless. It's about calculated risks, those taken with careful consideration of the potential rewards and consequences. The 2% understand that they can't control everything, but they can control their actions. They make decisions based on a clear sense of purpose, and they don't let fear hold them back. They know that every great achievement in history came with its own set of risks. Whether it's starting a business, launching a new idea, or pursuing a dream, risk is always involved. But the 98% who shy away from risk will never experience the thrill of accomplishment because they are too afraid to take that first step. The key characteristic of the 2% is their ability to embrace discomfort. The 98% avoid discomfort at all costs. They seek out pleasure and comfort, and when things get tough, they quit. They choose to live in a world of temporary satisfaction rather than long-term fulfillment. The 2%, however, understand that success is born from discomfort. They are willing to endure hardship, uncertainty, and fear, because they know that growth comes from pushing through these difficult moments. They understand that it's not about avoiding discomfort, it's about learning to thrive in it. This mindset isn't something people are born with, it's something that is developed over time. The 2% have developed the habit of pushing through discomfort, of facing their fears, and of taking action despite the uncertainty. This ability to act, even when things aren't perfect, is what separates them from the rest. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone and wait for things to fall into place, but the 2% know that success requires movement, effort, and a willingness to be uncomfortable for long periods of time. In addition, the 2% prioritize self-discipline. They don't rely on motivation alone. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline is what keeps them going when motivation fades. The 98%, however, are often driven by their emotions. When they feel motivated, they act. When they don't feel like it, they don't. This inconsistency leads to lackluster results. The 2%, however, have a clear sense of discipline. They understand that success is not about motivation, it's about doing the work even when they don't feel like it. They make the choice to show up every day, regardless of how they feel. This discipline builds momentum over time, and eventually it leads to results. There is also a difference in the way the 2% view time. The 98% often waste time on trivial matters. They procrastinate, they make excuses, and they spend their time on activities that don't contribute to their long-term goals. The 2%, however, are highly intentional with their time. They understand that time is their most precious resource. They prioritize their goals and focus on activities that move them forward. They don't waste time on distractions. They understand that time waits for no one, and they use it wisely, knowing that the path to success requires focus and consistency. The 98% also struggle with their inner dialogue. They are often their own worst critics. They tell themselves that they aren't good enough, that they aren't capable, that they don't deserve success. The 2%, however, have mastered their inner dialogue. They are their own biggest supporters. They understand that their thoughts shape their reality, and they choose to focus on the positive. They encourage themselves even when things aren't going well. They know that their mindset determines their success, and they refuse to let negative thoughts hold them back. So what is the key to joining the 2%? It's not about waiting for the right circumstances or hoping for a miracle. It's about taking ownership of your life and your actions. It's about understanding that success is not something that happens to you. It's something that you create. It's about cultivating a mindset that embraces challenges, learns from failure, takes calculated risks, and stays disciplined. The 2% aren't any smarter or more talented than the rest of us. They simply have the courage to keep going when others stop. They have the discipline to do the work when others procrastinate. They have the mindset to overcome obstacles when others give up. Success isn't a matter of luck, it's a matter of mindset, persistence, and action. If you want to join the 2%, start by changing your mindset. Start by taking responsibility for your actions and decisions. Start by embracing discomfort, taking risks, and showing up every day no matter how you feel. Success is within your reach, but only if you're willing to do the work. Only if you're willing to take the actions that the 98% are unwilling to take. Because in the end, the difference between success and failure isn't about talent, luck, or opportunity. It's about your ability to keep moving forward no matter what. The journey to success is often misunderstood. Many people think that achieving success requires some kind of magical formula or sudden moment of insight. They believe that success is something that is handed to you, that it is a gift given only to a fortunate few. But success doesn't work that way. Success is a process, a series of actions, decisions, and moments that compound over time. The difference between the 2% and the 98% is not the presence of talent, luck, or resources. It is their approach to the process. The 98% are often looking for shortcuts, ways to get ahead without doing the hard work. They want immediate results, but success is not built overnight. The 2% understand that success is a marathon, not a sprint. They are in it for the long haul. They are willing to put in the years of hard work, the countless hours of effort, and the sacrifice that is required to reach the pinnacle of their goals. They don't expect to get rich quick or to achieve instant fame. They understand that building something meaningful takes time. Patience is a virtue that the 2% possess in abundance. They are not swayed by the fleeting nature of instant gratification. They don't need immediate recognition or rewards. Instead, they focus on the process, on the daily grind, on mastering their craft. They know that every small step forward is a victory, even if it doesn't seem significant in the moment. The 98%, on the other hand, get discouraged when they don't see results right away. They give up too soon because they don't understand that success is a long-term game. They expect to see big changes quickly, and when they don't, they abandon their efforts. This impatience can be toxic. It leads to a cycle of starts and stops, a pattern of beginning new projects with excitement and then losing momentum when results don't come fast enough. The 98% often fall into the trap of bouncing from one idea to the next, chasing new opportunities without fully committing to any of them. The 2%, however, are not easily distracted. They know that every worthwhile pursuit requires time, focus, and consistent effort. They stay the course, even when things seem difficult or when progress feels slow. In addition to patience, the 2% also have a remarkable ability to stay focused. The 98% often lack clarity. They don't have a clear sense of purpose or direction, and as a result, they get distracted by everything around them. They chase the latest trends, jump from one idea to another, and get lost in the noise of everyday life. The 2%, however, are focused on their goals. They have a deep sense of purpose that guides their decisions. They know what they want, and they don't let anything divert them from their path. They understand that focus is a skill that needs to be cultivated. They block out distractions, set clear priorities, and work relentlessly toward their objectives. This focus is not just about setting goals, but about managing time and energy. The 2% understand that time is limited and they don't waste it on activities that don't move them closer to their goals. They prioritize tasks that will make the most impact. They are efficient and strategic in how they allocate their resources. The 98%, in contrast, often waste time on things that do not serve their long-term objectives. They fill their days with low-priority tasks and get bogged down in busy work, leaving little time or energy for the things that truly matter. This efficiency is part of a larger mindset that the 2% adopt, the mindset of continuous improvement. The 98% often think they know enough. They believe that once they reach a certain level of success, they can relax and stop learning. They stop seeking new information, stop improving their skills, and stop pushing themselves to grow. The 2%, however, understand that growth is a lifelong journey. They are always learning, always improving, always seeking ways to do better. They read books, take courses, seek mentorship, and constantly refine their approach. They understand that success is not a destination, but a process of continuous evolution. This commitment to growth leads the 2% to develop a unique sense of self-awareness. They understand their strengths and weaknesses, and they actively work to improve the areas where they are lacking. The 98%, however, often avoid facing their weaknesses. They refuse to acknowledge their limitations, and instead of growing, they become complacent. They tell themselves that they are good enough, that they don't need to change. But this is a dangerous mindset. The 2% know that success requires constant self-reflection. They are willing to confront their shortcomings and take proactive steps to improve. They don't wait for someone else to point out their flaws. They identify them and work on them themselves. The 2% also have a deep sense of purpose that drives them. They are not just working to make money or gain fame. They are working towards something greater than themselves. Their goals are driven by a sense of mission and a desire to contribute to something meaningful. They are passionate about their work, and this passion fuels their perseverance. The 98%, in contrast, often lack this sense of purpose. They pursue success for external reasons, money, status, approval, but they are not driven by a deeper mission. When the going gets tough, they lose their motivation because their goals are not aligned with their core values. The 2%, however, are unwavering because their purpose gives them the strength to keep going even when the road is difficult. This sense of purpose also helps the 2% stay resilient in the face of adversity. When challenges arise, they don't quit. They don't see obstacles as roadblocks, they see them as part of the journey. The 98%, however, are often deterred by difficulties. They let setbacks define them. When things don't go according to plan, they give up. The 2% understand that failure is not a reflection of their ability, but a part of the learning process. They view setbacks as opportunities to grow, to refine their approach, and to become stronger. They don't let failure hold them back, they let it push them forward. One of the most powerful traits of the 2% is their ability to manage their emotions. The 98% often let their emotions control them. They react impulsively to challenges, allowing fear, frustration, and doubt to dictate their actions. The 2%, however, have learned to manage their emotions. They understand that emotions are a natural part of the human experience, but they do not let them take over. They recognize when fear or doubt is creeping in, and they take steps to regain control. They know that emotions are fleeting, and they do not let them dictate their behavior. They stay calm, focused, and composed, even in the face of adversity. This emotional regulation is not something that the 2% are born with. It is something that they develop over time. They practice mindfulness, meditation, and other techniques that help them stay centered. They know that maintaining emotional control is essential for success. The 98%, on the other hand, allow their emotions to dictate their actions, and as a result, they often make decisions based on fear or impulse rather than logic and reason. The 2% understand the importance of building strong relationships. Success is rarely achieved alone. The 2% surround themselves with people who support and inspire them. They build a network of mentors, peers, and collaborators who help them grow and reach their goals. They understand that relationships are a key factor in success, and they invest in them. The 98%, however, often try to go it alone. They isolate themselves, thinking that they can achieve success without help. But the truth is that no one achieves success in a vacuum. The 2% know that success is a team effort, and they surround themselves with people who can help them reach new heights. The difference between the 2% and the 98% is not a matter of luck or innate ability. It is a matter of mindset. The 2% succeed because they have a growth mindset, a willingness to work hard, and a commitment to their purpose. They stay focused, persevere through challenges, and continuously improve themselves. The 98% fail because they are driven by fear, impatience, and complacency. They give up too soon, get distracted too easily, and fail to develop the discipline necessary to succeed. If you want to join the 2%, start by shifting your mindset. Embrace the process, commit to growth, and stay resilient in the face of adversity. Success is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. The choice to keep going no matter what. There's another layer to this distinction between the 2% and the 98%. It's the way they respond to external influences. The 98% are heavily influenced by the opinions of others. They care deeply about what others think of them, whether it's family, friends, or society at large. This concern about judgment often keeps them from pursuing their dreams. They fear rejection and disapproval. And so they play it safe. They follow the path laid out for them by others, afraid to deviate from the norm. This fear of judgment and the need for validation from others becomes a powerful force that limits their potential. The 2%, however, have a completely different perspective. They don't rely on the approval of others to validate their self-worth. While they value constructive feedback and the perspectives of mentors and peers, they are not swayed by the opinions of those who don't share their vision. They have a deep sense of confidence in their own abilities and their purpose. They understand that the journey to success is often lonely and that not everyone will understand or support their goals. They are comfortable with being misunderstood or even criticized because they know that they are on the right path for themselves. This unwavering self-belief is a key factor that sets them apart from the majority. This ability to stay true to themselves, even in the face of opposition, is something that the 98% struggle with. They often doubt themselves when they encounter criticism or when others question their choices. They want to be liked, to fit in, and as a result, they sacrifice their own goals and desires for the approval of others. The 2%, however, do not allow external voices to derail them. They are not immune to the sting of criticism, but they don't let it affect their decisions or their sense of direction. They use feedback to improve, but do not allow it to dictate their course of action. Their vision is so clear that they can remain focused on it even when the world around them is questioning it. One of the reasons the 2% succeed while the 98% struggle is because they have an unshakable belief in their ability to create the life they want. They do not rely on the world to give them permission or hand them success. They know that the responsibility for their future lies with them, not with external forces. The 98%, however, often feel powerless in the face of challenges. They blame their circumstances, their environment, or their upbringing for their lack of progress. They wait for the perfect opportunity to arrive. But the 2% know that opportunity is something they create for themselves. They do not wait for life to give them what they want. They take what they want through hard work, perseverance, and the belief that they can make it happen. Success also requires the ability to make tough decisions, and the 2% excel in this area. They understand that every choice they make either takes them closer to their goals or pushes them further away from them. The 98%, however, often avoid making difficult decisions. They are afraid of making the wrong choice and suffering the consequences, so they delay action or try to take the path of least resistance. The 2% are not afraid of making mistakes. They understand that mistakes are part of the learning process. They embrace the discomfort of difficult decisions because they know that taking decisive action is what will move them forward. They trust their instincts and believe that they will learn and adapt as they go. This ability to make tough decisions is also tied to the 2%'s willingness to take ownership of their choices. They don't blame others or external circumstances for their setbacks. They take full responsibility for their actions, whether the outcomes are good or bad. The 98%, however, often look for someone or something to blame when things go wrong. They blame their boss, their partner, their upbringing, or even the economy for their lack of success. The 2%, on the other hand, understand that they are the ones in control of their future. They may encounter setbacks, but they take responsibility for their reactions and their next steps. This sense of ownership and accountability is empowering, and it is a critical component of the 2% success. The 2% are also exceptional at managing their energy. They understand that success isn't just about time, it's about how you use your time and energy. The 98%, often feeling overwhelmed by their many responsibilities, struggle with burnout and fatigue. They try to do everything, but they end up doing nothing well. The 2%, however, are intentional with how they allocate their energy. They know that they can't do everything, and so they focus on the activities that will give them the greatest return. They protect their energy by saying no to distractions and low-priority tasks. They understand that energy is finite and that they need to reserve it for the things that truly matter. This ability to conserve and direct energy is one of the reasons the 2% are able to keep pushing forward while others burn out along the way. Another characteristic of the 2% is their ability to stay adaptable. Success is not a linear path, and the road to achieving your goals is often filled with detours. The 98%, however, often struggle when things don't go according to plan. They become rigid in their approach and refuse to adjust when circumstances change. The 2%, on the other hand, are flexible. They understand that the world is unpredictable and they embrace the uncertainty that comes with it. They know that their original plan may not always work out, and they are open to pivoting, adjusting, or trying a different approach. This adaptability allows them to navigate challenges with resilience and to stay on track toward their ultimate goals, even when things don't go as planned. The 2% are also fiercely protective of their time and their goals. They know that distractions are a powerful force and that the world is full of them. The 98% are often pulled in many different directions. They allow the demands of others to take precedence over their own priorities. The 2%, however, understand the importance of setting boundaries. They protect their time, their focus, and their energy. They say no to things that don't align with their goals, and they create the space to focus on what truly matters. This ability to set clear boundaries and prioritize their own objectives is another reason why the 2% are able to succeed. There's an important quality that the 2% possess that the 98% often overlook. They are deeply committed to their personal growth. They are lifelong learners, always seeking to improve themselves, to grow, and to evolve. The 98% often reach a point where they feel they have learned enough. They become complacent in their knowledge and skills. The 2%, however, know that the pursuit of knowledge is endless. They read books, attend seminars, take courses, and seek out mentors, because they know that the more they learn, the more equipped they will be to face new challenges. They understand that in order to keep climbing higher, they must continuously expand their capabilities. They don't just focus on learning for the sake of learning, though. They apply what they learn. They integrate new knowledge into their daily practices and constantly refine their methods. This commitment to growth is what allows them to stay ahead of the curve and achieve long-term success. Because at the heart of the 2% success is their ability to persevere in the face of adversity. The 98% are often defeated by their failures, disappointments, and setbacks. They let these challenges define them, and when they encounter difficulty, they retreat into comfort. The 2%, however, see adversity as a test of their character. They understand that life will always present obstacles, but it's how you respond to them that matters. They don't let failures stop them. They learn from them and use them as stepping stones toward greater achievements. This resilience in the face of difficulty is what ultimately sets the 2% apart from everyone else. Success is not a matter of talent, luck, or circumstances. It is a matter of mindset, determination, and the willingness to keep going when others give up. The 2% succeed because they have cultivated the habits, mindset, and strategies that allow them to thrive. They take full responsibility for their success, embrace the journey, and never lose sight of their goals. The 98% may start strong, but they falter along the way because they lack the persistence, focus, and belief required to make it to the finish line. If you want to join the 2%, you must be willing to take responsibility for your future, to embrace discomfort, and to work tirelessly toward your dreams. Success is not reserved for a lucky few. It is available to anyone who is willing to put in the work and stay the course. Success doesn't come from simply wishing for it or waiting for it to arrive at your doorstep. It comes from a deep commitment to your vision and the unwavering dedication to make it a reality. It requires a level of sacrifice that most people are not willing to make. The 98% often look for the easy route, the path with the least resistance. They seek comfort, avoiding discomfort at all costs. But growth doesn't come from staying comfortable. It comes from pushing yourself beyond your limits, from stepping into the unknown, and from facing the fears that hold you back. The 2% understand this. They are willing to take risks, to step outside of their comfort zone, and to endure hardships because they know that on the other side of that discomfort lies greatness. While the 98% are focused on avoiding pain and seeking pleasure, the 2% have learned to embrace discomfort as a catalyst for growth. They push through obstacles not because they enjoy suffering, but because they understand that true progress comes from overcoming challenges. Every time they face a new difficulty, they don't see it as a setback. They see it as an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. They know that the discomfort they experience today will pay off in the future. This mindset allows them to endure longer, work harder, and achieve more. It's a mindset that fuels perseverance and drives them to keep going, even when everything inside them is telling them to quit. The 98%, on the other hand, give in to their discomfort. They take the easy way out, choosing the quick fix, the temporary pleasure that requires no sacrifice. They get distracted by the promises of instant gratification and abandon their goals when the going gets tough. They fail to realize that true satisfaction comes from the fulfillment of long-term goals, not from fleeting moments of pleasure. The 2%, however, understand the difference. They understand that the most fulfilling experiences are those that require hard work, persistence, and patience. They know that the pain they experience today is temporary, but the rewards of success will last a lifetime. Another key aspect that separates the 2% from the 98% is their mindset toward failure. The 98% often see failure as something to avoid. They fear it, and when they encounter it, they allow it to define them. They believe that failure is a reflection of their inability, a sign that they are not good enough. As a result, they avoid taking risks and playing outside of their comfort zones because they fear the shame and humiliation that come with failure. The 2%, however, understand that failure is not something to be feared. They see it as an essential part of the process, a necessary step on the path to success. They understand that every failure is a lesson, a chance to learn and grow. They know that failure does not define them, rather it refines them. The 2% also understand the importance of learning from their failures. They don't just brush off their mistakes or ignore them. They analyze them, dissect them, and learn from them. They ask themselves, what went wrong? How can I do better next time? They don't let failure defeat them. They use it as fuel to keep going. This mindset allows them to bounce back stronger after every setback. They know that success is not a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, victories and defeats. But each time they fail, they become more equipped to succeed the next time. The 98%, however, are often so defeated by failure that they never give themselves the chance to learn from it. They quit before they have the opportunity to grow. One of the most powerful attributes of the 2% is their ability to stay motivated even when they face adversity. The 98% often lose their motivation when things get difficult. They start strong, full of energy and enthusiasm, but as the challenges pile up, their enthusiasm wanes. They become discouraged and give up on their goals. The 2%, however, have a deep well of intrinsic motivation that keeps them going. They are driven by their purpose, by their vision of what they want to achieve. They remind themselves of their why every day, even when they feel exhausted or discouraged. They understand that motivation is not something that comes from external sources. It's something that comes from within. They fuel their own drive by staying connected to their purpose and by focusing on the bigger. When the 98% are ready to quit, the 2% push through. The 2% also understand the power of discipline. They don't rely on motivation alone to get things done. They have developed the habit of showing up every day, even when they don't feel like it. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions to take action. They take action regardless of how they feel, because they understand that consistency is key to success. The 98%, on the other hand, rely on motivation to get started, and when that motivation fades, they stop taking action. They wait for inspiration to strike, but they fail to realize that success is built on small, consistent actions taken over time. The 2% know that discipline is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. It's the daily grind, the commitment to the process that leads to success in the long run. And this discipline extends beyond just work and goals. It applies to every area of life. The 2% understand that success is not just about professional achievements, it's about balance. They take care of their physical health, mental well-being, relationships, and emotional needs. They understand that to be truly successful, they must prioritize their health and happiness. The 98%, however, often sacrifice their well-being in the pursuit of success. They work long hours, neglect their health, and compromise their relationships in the name of achievement. The 2%, however, understand that true success comes from living a balanced life, one that aligns with their values and priorities. They take time for self-care, for rest, for meaningful relationships, and for activities that bring them joy. They know that their success is not just about what they achieve, it's about how they live. This balance also extends to the way the 2% approach their careers. They are not driven by external rewards like money, fame, or accolades. While these may be byproducts of their success, they are not the primary motivation. The 2% are driven by passion, by the desire to make a difference, and by the fulfillment that comes from doing work that matters. They understand that success is not about achieving outward markers of success. It's about doing work that brings them joy and makes an impact. The 98%, however, are often driven by external rewards. They chase money, status, and recognition, but they often find themselves feeling empty when they achieve those things. The 2%, on the other hand, find fulfillment in the process itself, in the work they do, and in the difference they make along the way. The core of this distinction is the fact that the 2% are driven by intrinsic values, while the 98% are driven by extrinsic factors. The 2% are motivated by their internal sense of purpose, by their desire to grow, to improve, and to contribute. They are not concerned with external validation. They are concerned with their own personal growth and the impact they can make. The 98%, however, are often focused on what others think of them. They seek validation, approval, and recognition from the outside world, and when they don't get it, they lose their motivation. The 2% are immune to this cycle because they are focused on their own values and their own vision. They don't need the approval of others because they are already fulfilled by the work they are doing and the progress they are making. This difference in motivation is what ultimately leads to lasting success. The 98% are motivated by the fleeting rewards of external validation, which can only carry them so far. When they encounter failure or setbacks, their motivation wanes and they give up. The 2%, however, are motivated by something deeper, by their own internal drive, their own sense of purpose. They are not swayed by the highs and lows of external circumstances. They stay the course, driven by their own intrinsic values, and ultimately achieve the success that the 98% can only dream of. Success is not about chance, luck, or talent. It's about mindset, persistence, and the willingness to keep going when others give up. It's about embracing discomfort, learning from failure, staying motivated, and being disciplined in the pursuit of your goals. The 2% succeed because they have cultivated the mindset and habits that lead to long-term success. They understand that success is a journey, not a destination. Because they understand that influence is about finding the boundaries that drive difference and rally for the same thing. It requires hard work, sacrifice, and resilience. The 98%, however, often give up too soon, get distracted, or lack the inner drive to persevere. They are swayed by external circumstances, by fear, and by the need for validation. If you want to join the 2%, you must develop the mindset, discipline, and resilience that will carry you through the tough times. Success is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who are willing to push through adversity and never give up on their dreams. In conclusion, the stark difference between the 2% who succeed and the 98% who don't boils down to mindset, perseverance, and discipline. The 2% are driven by an unwavering sense of purpose and intrinsic motivation, understanding that success is not achieved through shortcuts or external validation. They embrace discomfort, knowing it is a necessary part of growth, and they view failure as an opportunity to learn and improve, not as something to fear or avoid. This resilience in the face of challenges, coupled with their ability to make tough decisions, manage their energy effectively, and continuously learn, sets them apart from the majority. The 98%, on the other hand, are often sidetracked by fear, external opinions, and the desire for instant gratification. They lack the tenacity to keep going when faced with setbacks, and their external motivation fades when external rewards aren't immediate. They're more concerned with fitting in, seeking approval, and avoiding failure than with pursuing long-term goals with determination and grit. Success is not about luck or talent. It's about having the right mindset, staying disciplined, and committing to the journey despite the obstacles. The 2% succeed because they understand that the road to success is rarely easy. It is always worth the effort. They take ownership of their actions, push through difficulties, and focus on the bigger picture. If you want to join the ranks of the successful, you must cultivate this same mindset, one of persistence, resilience, and an unshakable belief in your ability to create the life you desire. Success isn't reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone willing to do the work.